Howdy y'all, welcome back to another Minecraft modded video. Almost couldn't remember what I was going to say there. Do y'all hear music? You hear it real faint in the background? I've got it to off and I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it on the maybe I'm just going crazy. Swear to God I can hear it like real faint. Maybe if I turn that down a little bit. Turn that off too. Anything with music. We don't want to hear any of that crap. Welcome back. Welcome back. This time around, I think we're going to look at a little RF toolage. Maybe some calculator. I think we're going to actually start off with calculator because I want to show off the power. Now, right now, of course, you're looking at it's not putting out anything and it's fully charged up. That's the calculator locator is what the CL stands for right there. We're using a little bit of mob juice. We're looking at our info screen here. Looking at a little bit of mob juice usage. We were full up on the barrel, which is no big deal with mob essence because it just it doesn't slow it down, doesn't pipe it out. Doing pretty good on liquid experience. Our reactor's running at 99%. And man, I've still got the original yellorium that I put in the chest down there to fuel all that. So it's pretty efficient. But I'm running a quarry right now. I think last time we talked about Mariculture and titanium. So utilizing, I guess I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully it'll quiet down just a little bit, but like I was saying before, we were talking about Reliquary and titanium, and one of the things you need for it is an ore called, if I can type right, really, come on, get my fingers in the right spot there, rutile ore. Now this stuff is really hard to find, and so I figured, okay, and I was saying let's make an RF world, RF tools world, that has that in it, make it a lot easier. So looked into doing that, and we can do that with what's called a material absorber. Now you can see right now I've got 51%, and that is probably about a stack, maybe a little less, but that kind of tells you what we're looking at to get that material. I haven't found that dimlit yet. I actually have quite a few. Made one world that was an ocean world, but I used a shallow dimlet on it, and it ended up going down. I only have about 4 blocks before I hit bedrocks because it was a deep ocean, and I put a shallow modifier on it. Big mistake. The second one is just a regular mining world that I'm using to get the dimensional shards so I can upgrade some of these machines infused. Of course, the dimension builder is the first one. That thing sucks some serious power. If you've never used this mod before, the first thing you're going to probably find are these dimlets. They'll say unknown on them. Or you may find just a dimlet. I don't know. I've only found unknowns. So you're going to get a dimlet researcher. These all require power. And then you're going to put your dimlets in there, use a little power, and it'll tell you which one it is. And then you'll eventually get all these. You can see I've got about 190 dimlets in here. Some, of course, are duplicates. A lot like Mistcraft, if you've played with that one. You know, you get all these different stuff. Most of these I got from the Enderman spawner. Or the Ender. Okay, once you have it there, you're going to take a... what is that thing called? Empty dimension. You'll make one of these, and of course all these recipes are in NEI, and place it there. And now if you just want to make a random one, you can put that in there, hit store, and it'll give you random. But if you want to put your own, you put it in here and then hit store, and it'll make it. Well, it won't make it, but it'll give you the realized dimension, and you'll then put it in here. It'll use a bunch of power to make it, and then it'll drain the sucker dry. So this takes some power to get this thing going. And then once it's running, you'll have the maintenance costs and then the current power that's in this dimension. Now this thing still works even though you pull it out. But you see here how the power is going down. It's kind of running off its own internal power. You do not want to be in this dimension if that runs out. I think you'll die if you don't get out quick enough. Ways to get out, of course, is when you get in there, you'll have a matter receiver, but you'll have no way to use it. I think you'll have to get some sort of dialing device, and they seem to have a little bit of power, but you got to have a dialing device to get back. So maybe bring a simple dialing device with you. I haven't tried that yet because I have a couple of different ways to get out. I made the enhanced charm of dislocation from Draconic evolution that gets me back home. But just to be on the safe side, I of course made the charged porter also. This is only good for about one time. But this whole base, well, at least up to here, is covered by that wireless charger, so it could get me back. And then this I haven't used yet. This is to make your own age, or your own Dimlit, not your own age. We'll be using that to make the rutile one, I think. And this is, of course, the dialer to get me there. What you do is just click your location now, and then where you want to go to, and then we're going to hit dial once, and that's going to turn this on, and that will get us to our age. So it'll take just a second kind of to get you there. Now this age actually turned out really well. I did flat world. I don't remember. I'll have to go back. Basically just a flat, mining. It was a mining world, flat terrain. So you can see it's really close to the mining dimension, except without all the water and lava pools. Started to kind of dig down here, do my regular, dig down, and I thought, what the hell am I doing, man? I can fly. So I stopped, and then I just dug this one. And I went all the way down to bedrock, dug, not it's not flatbed rock on this, so that's no good. Do I see the slime? Hello, Mr. Slime. Die. So I've done a little bit in here, and I got about 4 or 5 stacks probably of dimensional ore out of here. I'm not, yeah, you're going to see a bunch of ore in here. I'm not really too worried about resources anymore. I think we're doing okay. But the dimensional ore, I'm silk touching, of course, because that's what's on my pickaxe. But when you fortune that, man, you get a ton. I got like just 10 ore and managed to get, I think, over a stack, just a little over a stack of the dimensional shards. So it's pretty good. Now you notice all the kind of the nice even torching here. That's because I did that, not these ones up here. But what I'm using is an item from Reliquary called, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Lantern of Paranoia. When this is turned on, and you shift and right click, and you can see it kind of glow, turn on. What that'll do is, anywhere where it thinks it's too dark, it'll place a torch. That's why it's all haphazard, just kind of everywhere, because it's reading all those light levels and saying, too low, and slapping up a torch. So I'm running a quarry in an ocean in the overworld to try to get enough of that rutile ore so we can make a rutile ore Dimlit. Then once I do that, I don't know why I come back up here, I don't need to, but you can see here, see how it's got power? So I imagine you could name this, I don't know why you'd need to, but you could, I don't know if the simple dialer will work or not, but if you click it on the one, no, this is reception. This one won't do any good. You have to bring the green or the blue one, green blue one, to get back if you don't have another way to get back, and then a way to charge it and all that jazz. So kind of a pain in the ass, a little bit harder than just a linking book. But we don't need all that stuff. We can just use this. We can see right now it's set to home. Little click, and we're back. This thing's real nice. I like that. But I'm not using it too much except for cross dimension. Why am I missing a block back here? Why is that missing? Had a crash earlier today. Big lightning storm rolled through Texas, believe it or not. Usually we have such dry summers, and this summer we're just getting pounded. It's just getting pounded. But, you know, I hit back up. I typed back up real quick when I heard the first, you know, huge thunder strike, and I said, oh, shit. Hit back up and was starting to shut everything down, and lights blinked and shut the computer off. I was like, crap. So when I came back, I had like 4 world holes, you know, just missing chunks completely, and they wouldn't go away. So that kind of sucked. That kind of sucked a little bit, but we're all back up and running. Everything's good. So if we look on the map, our quarry is actually, can we see it right there? Can we zoom in? Yeah, that's it right there. You can see, here's our quarry. Well, you can even see the little blocks. That's the actual quarry, and these are our markers out here. If you're only going to use 3 markers, by the way, you've got to put it on this one right here. You can't put it out here or out here. So you got to put your quarry on this one if you only use 3 markers. So it's 64 by 64, you know, standard size. So I'm going to wait for that to get done, and then what we'll do is we'll come back. We'll figure out how to build the Dimlit, because I have not done this. Build that Dimlit, and then hopefully we'll be able to create a world. My plan is, what's it called? Material or feature? Is it feature? Liquid. Maybe it's not feature. It's tendril something. Let me see. Is there a tendril? Tendril? Molten liquid? Nope. I guess it's, how do you spell tendril? Tendrils, feature tendrils right here. Why the hell didn't that show up? Feature tendrils. We'll take that and make some rulite tendrils, or maybe even just remove, you know, the terrain material and make it all rulite. We'll just go in there and totally just fill up until we have everything we need. So I'm going to do that, and should take a little bit, but hey, we'll be back in just a little while. Alrighty, I've got the Dimlit that I needed made, and how you do that, if you want to make a certain type of material and you can't find it, you get yourself one of these material absorbers, and you place it on top of the material you want to absorb, and depending on what it is, like if you just want grass blocks, then it'll start soaking it up until it's full. It took roughly 2 stacks of the rutile ore to make the Dimlit, or to fill that thing up. Now once you have that, you come over to your Dimlit workbench, and it took me a while to figure this out actually, but what you do, if you look at the rutile ore, if we look it up and we look at the Dimlit, we see that it's a rarity 3. That kind of tells you how to build this thing. Looking at all this comes from taking Dimlits, throwing it in here. I've got an auto, so it'll automatically do it, or you can just hit the extract button. It'll deconstruct them and pull all these pieces and parts out of there. These are what you use then to make your Dimlit. Your material thing, or whatever you're trying to absorb, I mean, if you're doing time or liquid material, it's going to go in this last spot. Every one of them gets one of these Dimlit base parts. Every single Dimlit. Doesn't matter rarity. Then you have to match the rarity for the next part, which is the Dimlit control circuit. Since ours was a rarity 3, I had to use a rarity 3. Then you're going to pick your energy for 0. Let me see. The basic, which is this one, is used for rarity 0 and 1. The regular, or do I have a regular? Oh, I should be there. Regular is for the 2s and 3s, so that's what we used. And then the advanced are for 4, I guess, and higher. I've seen 4s, I haven't seen any higher than that. Then your basic memory unit would go next, so it'd be one of these in your second slot, one of these in your third spot. Your fourth spot would be same thing, you know, 0 and 1 basic, 2 and 3 regular, and then advanced, it'd be higher. And then down here you're going to pick put in whatever you're doing. Like if you're doing material, like we just did, you would put that there. If you're going to do an effect, you would put that there, so on and so forth. You know, if you're doing a biome. And then once all those are in spot, it'll pop the Dimlit down here. Hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. And then over here is where we actually are going to construct it. I have a Mushroom Island Dimlit, hopefully so no mobs will spawn. Terrain flat, material rutile ore Dimlit in front of a tendrils. Hopefully the tendrils will be made out of the rutile ore, because I put that in front of it. And then just a sky normal, and then a noon Dimlit. All the times have about the same cost. Now this is really going to eat into our power to make this. So we're going to say store that. Okay, so man, I hope this works. Hope this works. This thing is going to take a little bit to get going. This thing is, what you call it, infused only 42%. That's, man, that's probably 4 stacks of those dimensional shards, so I got to get a lot more of those. I'll probably run a quarry in one of the worlds just to see if we can get some more of those dimensional ores. Okay, so now you see it's made, and then it totally drained it because all that power is going into the dimension tab now, and it'll take it a little bit to fill all the way up. And I guarantee you it is sucking my power dry upstairs. If we go take a look, I did add the calculator power supply. I finally figured out what I was doing wrong and why it wasn't working. So, why is this thing on? Oh, it's not drained all the way. Oh, there it goes. So it's working now. This thing is only producing, this little small one right here is only producing 1,000 a tick, but with 1,000 a tick solar panel, and then almost 2,000 a tick on our coal generators, we can kind of afford it. It's not too bad, but it'll eat up that power as it's doing the construction, because that's where it takes most of the power. Let me see. So if we go back down here, hopefully it'll be done by now. We could probably go in there. That should have enough charge for us to go in there. So we'll come over to our dialer. We'll pick this one. We'll check it real quick. Dialing's okay. So from home to there. And we are going to dial this. I think maybe you can name these in an anvil or something. So let's dial this once. Cross our fingers, we're not going to die. And what are we going to have? What are we going to see? Oh man, I don't know. Oh, snow? What the hell? Peridot ore. Yeah, we're probably gonna. I don't need any peridot, but I do need this stuff right here. I'll tell you. Get as much of this as we can. Well, that's. We're gonna have to change weather and stuff, I think. Now there is a way to modify these. I think I can't modify the ground though, so I'll probably drain all the energy out of this one and try to remake it until I get something pleasant. At least I don't think I'm getting any negative effects or anything. Who knows? I don't need this for too long, just long enough to get a lot of this ore. That's just crazy. Look at all that. I wonder if everything is peridot? Peridot, whatever it's called. Awesome though. Oh man, they're way up there too. I need a faster way to mine. Do I have this? Efficiency's on there. Why is this thing so damn slow? Maybe it's just the type of ore. It is titanium after all. Seems like it eats through everything else real quick. Okay. Well, I think that's good for now. I'll come back and do all that off camera. Oh, wow. I already got more than I got the entire time I was doing that. Now watch, none of my shit be in my bag. Okay. Whew. Home. Home, James? Damn, snow. So now I can finally get some titanium going. Maybe upgrade those turbines, and I can start making the air compressor and some of the other stuff in Mariculture that I wasn't able to do before. Real quick, again, this is where you take your dimlits, deconstruct them in here, and this gives you your parts. Dimlit base part is in every single one. This has to match the tier. If you don't know what it is, just look up. Your dimlit probably already exists in NEI. Find your rarity. This has to match, this has to match, this has to match, and then whatever type of dimlit you're doing, this has to go in there. And then it'll pop it in there. You can just pull it out and add it to your dimension. Hope that helps somebody else out who's trying to do that. So I appreciate you guys coming by. Till next time, see you later.